Hi, I'm Cherie Beaumont, and I'm here to share with you something exciting in my life that's happened over the last 6 months. I started a new venture, it has to do with health, feeling well, activating my body to be young and healthy, and to overcome some challenges that it has had. So, how my story starts is that I had a friend who kept posting on Facebook about a little yellow pill. And I kind of thought it was funny at first, and I ignored the first few postings, and then I started listening to what was happening, that this was a natural ingredient that was activating my body or her body at that time to overcome some challenges of arthritis and inflammation, resulting in some more comfort and feeling better, having more energy, having more clarity of mind. So I started to listen a little bit, and the more that I heard, the more that I was impressed, because I am fairly anti medicines and also want to stay younger longer, trying to fight what my body had wanted to say, which was that I was getting older. And so I started to listen just a little bit, and then I started hearing the testimonials, and the testimonials were amazing, of people who were starting this little yellow pill and were overcoming things like arthritis and skin things and aches and pains and just things across the board. So, um, being very anti fad, I snuck onto my friend Molly's website and went and ordered a bottle. And I just thought, I'll see for myself if this is any good. And I started to take it. And after the first 30 days, well, after the first 2 weeks, I ordered another bottle because I realized that I was feeling better. My aches and pains were going away, and I kept on it. And I actually put my husband on it too, because he had some issues with his body. And so, what we've done for a few months now is to continue to take it. And the things that have been overcome in our family is, starting with my husband. He had real significant pain every morning in his backside when he'd wake up. And he's kind of one of those tough guys that doesn't really acknowledge pain. So when he does acknowledge pain and severe pain, you know that it's pretty bad. So he had that, as well as some arthritis in his back. And when I asked him, probably after 4 weeks or so, how he was feeling, he was feeling better. But I asked him, "How's the pain in your backside?" And he goes, "Oh, hadn't thought about that. That's gone." And his back is stronger and not having that daily achy. He also feels like he has more energy and the clarity of mind. And for myself, I had a soft tissue injury from many years ago in my neck, which caused me some significant neck pain on a regular basis and some major headaches. I was having hot flashes that I didn't like. I had plantar fasciitis in my feet, which had kept me from running, and my exercise had just really decreased. Well, pretty much gone to nothing, because if your feet hurt, you can't run. Um, and I realized after a few weeks that my neck aches were gone, my headaches were gone, my hot flashes were gone, my foot pain was gone, and I was starting to develop this motivation to do more. So instead of getting home from work and just kind of wanting to relax and play a game and refresh for the next day, it was like, oh, I've been needing to do this chore. And there was just more motivation at the end of the day just to keep going. Another positive that I got was better sleep, because my sleep patterns were really putting me in a difficult place. I couldn't go to sleep at night, couldn't stay asleep. And so my sleep patterns have gotten much better, and I'm sleeping better. And and actually, to be honest, I've had some issues with my, well, not issues, I've had some improvement in my eyesight. So I have to take my glasses off now sometimes. Um, and because it's like, I don't need my glasses, I'm almost seeing funny with them. So I've had some switches in my eyesight too. Um, and so I have gotten pretty excited, because this is a natural thing. I've learned about how we're just activating our bodies to do what they're supposed to do, which I can get super excited about. And I've gotten on board, wanting to share it with all of my friends, because I know that people of my generation are running into issues, the same issues. We want to stay younger longer. We don't want to see issues coming into our bodies because of a certain age. So we want to stay active. Um, and the reality is, with healthcare, you know, a lot of people cannot afford healthcare. And so, what better answer than to have a natural ingredients to put into your body to help your body repair itself and stay strong and healthy. And as well as that, it's not just for people our age, it's for younger people to prevent the aging process. And it's for athletes who are healthy and wanting a better performance and better recovery. maybe I shouldn't say performance. I think it's better recovery. And so it's a product that is natural, works with our bodies at all ages, and it makes me super excited. I just want to share it with all of my friends so they can get the benefit out of it that I've received from it. That's my story. And I think I'm going to introduce a friend of mine who is also in a distributor of the Little Yellow Pill, and her name is Becky Taylor. And we will switch to Becky now.
Hi, thanks, Cherie. And I'm going to actually quickly ask the person who you stalked, which was Molly Hughes. And Molly had such a magnificent story that I'm going to invite Molly quick to jump in. And I actually tapped Molly on the shoulder till I drove her crazy, and she decided that she was going to just sneak and try this herself. But Molly, will you quick, real brief, because we're going to be going over the science of this in a couple minutes, and you're going to hear all about this. Tell us your and Jack's story real briefly of why would this make Cherie keep turning her head and going, what is this? And then finally find out for herself.
Well, I'll try to. Mine is such a miraculous story as Jack's, but I have arthritis in my hip, my back, my neck. I'm just kind of falling apart with age, and so Becky had continuously been posting, and I kept ignoring her for. It was probably about 1.5 years that I just didn't want anything to do with it. One of those trend things going on. And it really wasn't until my husband was diagnosed, all of a sudden his hands swelled up like Mickey Mouse hands. The pain was excruciating in his hands, his elbows, his knees. He couldn't open medicine bottles, couldn't cut his own food, couldn't get up out of the chair. And when you got somebody with a bad hip with arthritis trying to pull your husband up out of a chair and you're almost in, as bad a shape, it's like two little 85-year-old people trying to help each other around that have, abused their bodies all their life. And so I kept asking him after several times of trying to get referrals to a specialist, a rheumatologist for this, and it kept failing. I said, why don't you try going on this Little Yellow Pill as a last resort? Because he was crying out in his sleep at night, excruciating pain. And he didn't want to do it because he knew they were going to start treatments with him once a week. So I said, then I'm going to do it. And so I didn't even talk to Becky about it. I think I asked her, what was your link again? And I went on there. And then, of course, she knew I was doing it because, I'm illiterate when it comes to computers. And so I kept saying, am I doing this right? So I got it. I took it, woke up the next morning, and my hip had no stiffness. So he started seeing the improvements with me. And by now, he's gone to the specialist, and they put him on methotrexate, and which 3 to 4 days a week, he was in horrible pain, even worse than the regular psoriatic arthritis was causing. He still was having more pain in his eyes, his neck, and he was out of commission 3 to 4 days a week. So many people had seen me post asking prayer for my husband because he was in such pain and they just weren't doing anything. Take some aspirin. That's all we can do until you're on treatment. So he started treatment. He did that once a week for 7 weeks. He had to go in for blood work. And when he went in for his blood work, 3 days later, our family doctor called us and they said, hey, we need to put you on some more medication because the methotrexate you're taking is causing internal issues to go on now. So now we need to add another toxic thing, another synthetic drug to this. So, and we'll have to watch that too, because that's got side effects. And I finally said to him, no, we're done with treatments. You're going on the Little Yellow Pill. So he did. And so just to kind of condense this, 5 days after taking it, he was out mowing our lawn, something he had not been able to do. He had to hire people or have our son-in-law do it. And it's a huge, huge lawn without a riding lawnmower, just a push mower. And then I think it was 3 weeks later, he was out carrying 60 to 80-pound bundles up on the roof, and he roofed the entire garage. Wasn't sore the next day, and that's incredible considering he had been out of commission for 1.5 years and no exercise at all. So then he went in for his blood work, because he has to have that with the methotrexate. You have to have it done every 2 months. So he went in April he started this and had his blood work done. So he started then. August 15th, he went in for his blood work again. And when he went in for the blood work, the SED rate, which is the inflammatory markers that tells you how much inflammation you have in your body, was done. What it said was it went from 26 high in April down to a 6. And that's incredible. And I mean, I've like framed this thing, because when we went back to the specialist 3 days later with the blood work, they were going, this is unheard of. Nobody's inflammation markers drop that quick, you know, and so they want to know, well, what's he doing? So of course, you know, I pulled out my little yellow pill information. And so that's really the whole nucleus of this whole thing, is the inflammation, the oxidative stress. That's what the yellow pill is all about. And that's why I try to tell people, you don't understand that that's the central thing of all of our issues. Pretty much everything that's going on in our body is because of that. And he is like living proof. You know, he pastors, and he would have to sit down at times, ask, you know, would it be okay if I sit down because my knees or my back or my hips are hurting really bad, and his hands are all puffed up and big. And so, you know, there's a lot of people that I know that seen, and Cherie was actually one of them that seen, you know, pray for Jack. And then all of a sudden I'm posting, you know, woohoo, you know, he's up there roofing and all this. It really does work. And Cherie, I think she knew that too when she started taking it. And it's incredible how many people that are taking this, they all have results, and they're good results. Some take a little longer. Some are not roofing three weeks later, because everybody's body is different. But, you know, my biggest thing right now is telling people, don't just say, I'll take it for a month, you know. Be committed to trying it for at least 6 months to let it really work. So anyway, that is my story, and that's my why. And that is why I, too, am a distributor. And Becky is my beautiful mentor over there and a friend for many years. So I'll let you take it now, Becky.
All right, thank you. What a great story. These are but a few of some of the best. And I am going to switch gears here, and I'm going to switch over to screen share. So hang on there with me while I find my what I'm going to be looking for here, and let me know that it comes up. So do you see that, Molly? Are you seeing what we're supposed to be seeing? Good. Keep nodding, because I want to make sure we're all here. So let me get this on big screen here, or best I can. There we go. I am here to just share with you now really what this story is about. And hopefully everybody that's been watching this so far has already seen this ABC video. And you know, biohacking the aging code, it is now a reality. And I can't even tell you how exciting this is to me, that this is something that is real. And there's my why. My name is Becky Taylor, and I have known Molly since we were about 17 years old. I have 4 grown children and 6 littles of my own, 4 of my husband, so I have 10 grandchildren. And it's these little people that I want to stay healthy for and get down on the floor and chase after them. As you can see, this is very recent. I have a reason to get healthy, and I do have my own health share story about being in almost a state of complete adrenal failure, adrenal fatigue to the absolute utmost is where I found myself when the little yellow pill found me, which is Protandim, as we will come to see. And I had broken my neck, snapped it in half in 2006, did not know that I'd been suffering with PTSD, didn't even know what that was really, and my body was filled with oxidative stress, which was beginning to shut down my ability to really function properly. And within days and months of this product, I began to come back to a vibrancy of life that I haven't felt like since I was a teenager. And we're going to talk about that right now. So we're going to quickly, briefly go over this afternoon. It says tonight, but this afternoon, I'm going to try to breeze through here as quickly as I can, but give you a really good overview, the company story, our product story, and even the income story, because those of you that are watching know that this is Cherie's new venture. And the wellness business, as Paul Zane Pilser, he is an economist, well known. He was economic advisor of 2 U.S. presidents. This guy knows what he's talking about when it comes to trending industries. And we are in it right now. And to know that we are actually biohacking the aging code and changing the genetic makeup actually and how it's expressed, we're in a really big place right now where this is. Probably even way further when Paul Zane gave this quote. So we're going to be talking about the 3 of those. And like I said, if you have not already seen this primetime investigative report, you be sure and get this from Cherie after you've watched this. And so the products of what now LifeVantage has have been sold since 2003. They were in the GNCs, vitamin stores, and different retail stores since 2003. But in 2005, when ABC Primetime Investigative Report took this and said, is this really legit? Let's see if we can debunk this. Let's see if this is real or not. And here John Quinos goes and he actually takes a blood test 20 days later, finds out his oxidative stress levels. First of all, 20 days later, comes back, his oxidative stress levels are down 45%. And overnight, it was absolutely a phenomenon where this would go on to spawn universities and prestigious medical centers to start doing self-funded research on our little yellow pill. So we're not talking like company research, we're talking self-funded. So LifeVantage, the company, really came together 2005, between 2005 2009. It was just a small biotech company. They were retailing, so they were bringing in all of $9 million a year. Well, they decided to pull it off the shelves. They entered into direct sales. It's just how I heard about it, how Molly heard about it, how Cherie heard about it, and how you're hearing about it right now. It entered in 2009, so you can kind of see how word of mouth gets along, you know, the buddy system, and now you're hearing about it here in 2017, and it's now grown to a $200 million and growing dollar company. And we are at this moment the 67th largest direct selling company. That's saying a lot when you're talking about they are thousands of direct selling markets right now. And we are on the forefront of Nutrigenomics, which is activating gene expression through natural products to enhance health. We're literally breaking into the gene expression code. We're going to talk about that. Our mission, we are biohacking the aging process. What is the aging process? We'll talk about that. Inflammation, oxidative stress, those things that are beginning to cause our bodies to disintegrate. And our goal is to impact 1 million people through our patented Nutrigenomics. So back in the day, in the earlier days, between the 1900s, it was about supplementation. And that's where a lot of the other companies, Amway's and Herbalife's and Melaleuca's and all these companies that came along, they were really knowing that we need to supplement our lives because our bodies are falling apart. So let's take all these vitamins and minerals and try to put antioxidants into our bodies. But you know, once the 2000s, late 2000s started coming along, 2003 actually wasn't too late, they were beginning to get the new school technology and finding out that we can now activate the body's natural defense and repair mechanisms. And what that is literally doing, it's biohacking the body, turning those switches back on. You know, imagine this, if something switched off in your body, why can't it switch back on? Well, that's what they're figuring out, is that now we are able to biohack the body and literally begin to bring it back to the younger days of our inside clocks, which, what does that mean? Prevention. So what is oxidative stress? Sorry, this is kind of filling up the screen and spilling over, but I really wanted you to take a look at oxidative stress and how it affects every organ system in the body. Maybe you know it as free radical damage, but take a look at this. Do you find yourself on this wheel? Look at that, psoriasis, melanoma, cancer, heart disease, rheumatoid arthritis, psoriasis, COPD, asthma, Alzheimer's. What about dementia beginning? Do you know someone? Autism, ADD, ADHD, chronic inflammation, autoimmune disease, So do you know someone that maybe is in this, or you yourself find yourself in that wheel? Well, guess what causes that? These are the things that we are affected with every day. Look at this chart here. Injury or trauma, whether it's emotional, mental, spiritual, or physical. Trauma is trauma, and it releases oxidative stress in your body. Excessive exercise, inadequate exercise, smoking, secondhand smoke, inflammation, pesticides, poor diet. I think every one of us can say we're around these every day of our lives. And what a good visual. Holy cow. This is what we are around every day of our life. Do you think our world is filled with oxidative stress and free radicals that are coming in and damaging us? Yes, I think you would all agree. Now I want you to look at this chart. These are the top 5 preventable. Preventable. Did you know cardiovascular disease is preventable? Cancer, metabolic, neurodegenerative, and respiratory. These we're finding are all preventable. How? By keeping the platform in which they are growing in out of our bodies. And how do we do that? Is through removing oxidative stress. Look at this. Look at this power of prevention here. This is kind of a normal pattern of somebody's lifespan, their life quality. See how it starts? Or quality of life is going up and it starts heading down. At 20, look at it, it's already heading down. And usually about this age, in our 60s, we kind of have an interaction, right? That's right about where Jack and Molly had to start having interjections, because what's happening? Their bodies are falling apart. Let's hope we can have a little bit of life extension because of that interjection of drugs and such. But what happens if we were to start preventing that from happening earlier? Look at that green. Look at that life quality, where we're going with that. What if we have actually, through interjecting activity going on in our bodies, we increase our lifespan? Hello, I would like to start early as you can. When the disintegration begins, let's begin that process of interjecting. Now let's go into the science of what this is. Protandim, this is our flagship little NRF2, little yellow pill, 5 herbs. This lowers oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days. The FDA has given us the approval to say that by its undeniable science. 23 peer-reviewed, published. This is not company-reviewed, company doctors. We're talking independent university, independent studies, 23 published. Look in PubMed and type in Protandim. 7 U.S. patents. And one of those studies, peer-reviewed studies, was from the National Institute of Aging, and it is now the only supplement in U.S. history proven to extend life. That's absolutely huge. This is just a simple example of eating your way to better health. If you were to eat this many 11 pounds of blueberries daily, you're going to have 1 free radical to 1 free radical scavenger. I don't think you could eat enough blueberries to eat your way to get free radical damage out of your body. But look what happens when you take Protandim. 1 Protandim will give you 1 million per second antioxidants being released into your body. And look at the difference of what that does after Protandim. Your oxidative stress levels absolutely flatline. I think I would rather, this is the kind of flat line that you want in your body, is to flatline that oxidative stress no more. And look with this, one of the independent studies, which I'm extraordinarily proud of, it happened with our own university here in Washington State. And on page 15 of 28-page 1-year study, this is a quote. And actually, this isn't even the full quote. If I were to show you the paper, the full quote, NRF2 activation is potentially the most extraordinary therapeutic and the most extraordinary, they used that word twice. They did, not me. Extraordinary preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine. Come on, if that is half true, do you realize what we are standing on and why we are so excited, why Cherie is so excited about this? And you know, they found out that dogs don't lie. They don't have placebo. You give this to dogs and it actually lowers oxidative stress. I was in with my veterinarian this week, and she recognized my 15-year-old Jack Russell, and she said, your Jack Russell is in such good health for 15 years old. And I told her all about this, and she says, I am so interested. Dogs have high levels of oxidative stress. That's why they age quickly, 7 years to ever our 1 year. My dog's been on it for 2 years now, and he's in great health. And here we have the LifeVantage Pro Tandem Nerf 1. What is this? What is a mitochondria? I'm not going to lie. I did not know what mitochondria was 2 years ago. I had no idea. But I found out that it is the powerhouse of the cell. They're little rod-shaped organelles that can be considered the power generators. Look up, I just challenge you, look up mitochondria dysfunction, and you will find how important it is to boost and get your mitochondria back working again. And that is what Nerf 1 does. And so now we have Nerf 1, Nerf 2 together. It's a 1-2 punch against aging. So you have 1, reducing oxidative stress, lowering inflammation, and improves sleep, detoxifies, works on over 200 genes, and now you have the mitochondria health, which is the heart, the memory, improves energy, more stamina and endurance. And now we have NRF2 from the outside in. And we have a story that Cherie will share with you. It is about a gal that went on this because she had skin cancer right on her face. She went on the little yellow pill and this from the outside. I kid you not. From July to September, she came back. And the doctor said, I don't know what you've done, but your cancerous skin has shrunk. And an 8-hour surgery is now going to take only 2. She's got 2 more months before the surgery, and she's excited to find out what happens. This is a preventative thing. If you have skin damage, whatever you've had, if it's not damaged and you just want to have great prevention, this is the NRF2 little yellow pill from the outside out. It's for every skin type. And we have these bundles here. We're going to talk about here. I left out a screen. I'm so sorry. Look at this ProBio over here. I'll talk about that in a few more screens away. But they have bundled our 3 most valuable products. First of all, the ProBio, gut health being the second brain. Gut health is one of the most important health. I'm sure there's nobody on here that has not heard how important gut health is, how many diseases are birthed in our gut life. So this company has generously put the 3 most important products that they find for overall physical health together. And when you buy these 3 together as the activated essentials, you get free shipping. Saves you some good money. And also add the other Pro Tandem from the skin. You order that, it's going to be free shipping as well. So this is just a thank you for taking care of yourself from the company. We also have this Axio, which is a non-jittery brain food. This is pure brain food, our Axio Smart Energy. That's why we call it that. This isn't your typical Red Bull that you're going to be eating or your typical caffeinated drink. This has no sugar, only 15 calories. Stevia is a plant-based sweetener, so it is the best sweetener you could put in something. Pure brain food. We do have decaf and caffeinated B vitamins, DMAE. Look at those letters and look it up, and you'll see how important that is for our brain health. Now here's our physique weight management system. It's a 4-part system. For those of you that want to take it to the next level, your cells are getting healthy, your body's getting healthy, and now you really want to get into that part of, I want to get all of my body healthy. Now that ProBio in blue there, that is the BioTrack system. Why this probiotic is more powerful than some of the others is that if you see that little chart, it's kind of tiny up there, but 60% of this probiotic is going to get through the stomach acids and into your large intestines where the work needs to be done. I don't know if you knew this, but normally only 4% of anything of a probiotic you take prior will get through your gut in itself and through your stomach acid. So we have a patented, powerful BioTrack technology in our probiotics. So all of our health products here that you see in the physique weight management, I didn't say loss, I said management, but it really focuses on gut health. Now look at this. Not that it's just like, oh, all kinds of skinny people, but what you can see here is the gut changes. This is absolutely about the gut health. And you can see this is where most people are losing because this is where the health needs to be had. So if weight management, gut health is something you need, then you need this. Our commitment to you as a company is that this is an all-natural product, all of them. No GMOs, no artificial colors, sweeteners, flavors. And you know, products are only as good as the studies, and we've got studies, 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 and more studies. Now let's talk about the business. Now Cherie got into this because she saw something very big that we're standing on. And many of you may have known, some of you don't know Robert Kiyosaki. Start building networks. Network marketing is nothing to be put your big red X in front of you about. As a matter of fact, network marketing is now becoming a college class. My nephew is in college right now, and there are classes now on network marketing. It is the way of the future. Look what's out here. Network marketing is all over Facebook. Airbnb, you have it in your pocket, right? Virtual franchise, we can do business from our phone. Uber rather than taxi. Call it up on your phone. People's are driving in their own cars. They switch on their phone and they come pick you up. And then, of course, we do know Amazon. So no content. You don't have to carry material. You don't have to have assets. Very low startup. Oh my goodness, it's the wave of the future right now. And the timing of this company, why LifeVantage? Why now? Well, you know, 99% of US and Canada have not even joined. We have so much work to do to get the word out of what nutrigenomics is, biohacking the aging code. We are on the absolute 100% forefront of nutrigenomics, talking about activation, activating the body versus supplementing the body. This is very huge. Just the fact that we do not supplement, we activate. That is huge. And we are backed by federally funded research, aka the National Institute of Aging and many others. And you can see in the center here where the timing is on this, that the timing of where you have a company, when would you ever want to join a company? See this innovator and early adopters? This between there is right where we are in this company. And this is the timing that you want to join in on a company when you know that we are on to something absolutely fantastic on the forefront. And it's a fast growing company. Look at that last one that's really tiny. See that NRF2 studies? Back way in 1994, there was one study on NRF2 activation. If you were to go look up today, if you were to look up on pubmed.gov, type in NRF2, you're going to find 2,000 and more studies now that are done. I'm kid you not, look at that wave. Look where we're going, and we are on the forefront of NRF2 activation. It's time. If you ever thought of joining into something that you are on the beginning of, don't you wish you would have just been a little early comer on Apple? What about an early comer even back in the day of Microsoft? This is where we are. How do you get paid? Here's 5 ways. We're not going to go through them because there's a whole lot of information that we can, but you get paid through just quick start smart, launch bonus, royalty, generational match, and elite pools. And how you get started? Well, we have a starter kit. $50 get you your website, materials, samples. With $50, you can get started. But how do you qualify to get paid? Well, if you wanted to get paid, now would be a good time to get the $50 kit and get one of these bundles. The bundle is the biggest bundle. Get the NRF2 outside, the NRF2, NRF1, and the ProBio inside. Boom, right off the bat. You've got a $300 startup. You've just started a business and you're qualified to be paid just like that. But if you really want to ramp up and you're like, you know what? I love the idea of these products. I really want to do business with this. This is where you want to get in. We have a gold pack. And this is a 25% saving on a multitude of our products that you can get in, as well as, you know, part of our culture is get to our events. Listen to the doctors, listen to the stories, listen to those that the science and the training on the science. Coming to our events is absolutely vital, and you're going to get an event ticket. So you're going to have a huge savings by coming in. It's a $300 value for $600, and the platinum pack, $1,200, you get a 30% savings on a lot of material that you get to consume and sell right off, and you get to access a $600 savings when you join. See if you could just start up a franchise like Subway for $1,200. I don't think so. It's more like $125,000 to have to sell a sandwich at a time. And you can start a business, a lucrative business that will change your life and other lives for $1,200. I think so. So how would you get that money back? The quickest way you can, find 3 people. You just bought a gold pack, find 3 people that you want to say, let's do this together, buddy. They join up and you're going to get a Smart Start bonus back. Boom. And by the end of the month, by the end of the week, you get 3 people and you can see how you get it back the same way. Come on, my friend, come on, join me. Let's do this business together. $1,250 and we can start a cutting edge business. You'll have your money back when you sign up your first 3. Now, let me ask you a question. After everything you've heard and like, oh my goodness, I know this person, that person, this person has arthritis, that person's a, cancer survivor. They have this in their history. They have this. I have this. Do you know 4 people? If you know 4 people that you say, at least I could get 4 people on that little yellow pill, and I certainly need that little yellow pill. Well, guess what? You and 4 people on one bottle of Protandim, you're going to be qualified to get paid for our Fast Start bonus. That's how easy this is. It's literally just gathering people around that you love enough to share something absolutely magnificent and life-changing with, the same way somebody loved me enough, I loved Molly enough, and Molly loved Cherie enough to talk to her, or at least talk to your Facebook world. And guess what happened? They're building a business because of it. And now they're reaching out and building team members, and that's how you build a network of distributors. So, and what happens if you were to just say, I can find one person that wants a bottle of Protandim, and I know that one person has at least 4 people in their world that they would want to buy a bottle. What if you were to do that once a month? That's it. One person, one bottle of Protandim, $50 startup, and say, go find 4 people. They would be qualified to get paid. And you keep doing that each month. They keep doing that each month. You are going to find, you're going to build this quite well. So Team Heart, who are we? Team Heart is a group of people that you're seeing now. I'm one of the upline. Mara Lee is an upline, and she, I believe, is on this call tonight too, or today too. And we have a group of people together that have put together some of the best cutting edge leadership, Facebook, marketing, simple paint by number system. We teach you to launch. We show you how to learn, and we teach you to be leaders in this industry. Our Team Heart Academy is something that you get to go through. You're going to learn a skill set, mindset, and leadership training. And we have one of the most dynamic private support communities that you will ever be a part of. There's over 14,000 people that have gathered in 2 years in our customer support, and we have growing over 2,500 distributors just in our Facebook community alone. And boy, is it a beautiful support community. So, I had to make a decision when I came to this and found out what the science, the company, the culture, the people, the passion, and the product. I had to make a decision, and saying yes was the best decision I have ever made in my life for the future of my health, the future of my family, the future of my generations, and the future of me in business. I'm a full-time real estate professional, and I have done this and fit this into the spaces of my life, and now have not only changed thousands of lives, but I'm on to change thousands and thousands and thousands of lives and help people grow a healthy income. So I'm just going to say you're probably one of 3. One, maybe you're a little skeptical. I get it. I was skeptical too at first. I just needed a little more information to just cure that part of me. And you need more info. So Cherie's going to get back to you and get more. Maybe you're like, sign me up, man. I want that in my body now. Become a customer. And maybe you're saying, you know what? I really could use a second stream of income. If you join the team, guess what? When you join the team of Cherie, you get Molly, you get me, you get Marilee, and you get every tool that is a part of Team Heart, and we would be happy to welcome you. So whatever category you fall into today, I just welcome you to this beautiful community, beautiful team. Hope you all have a beautiful day, and I am going to sign off from here and say, you guys go out and make it an absolute beautiful day, and we will talk to you again. All right, bye everybody.